Blog Talk Radio.
Are you tired of the same old radio?
Sure am.
Need an outlet to show who you are?
Oh, yeah.
You want to hear great TV reviews and original shows?
Sounds good.
Or just new ways to keep up on the Jags?
Let's go, Jags. Woo, woo, woo.
Join us on Teal Time Radio.
The station that matters. 'Cause you matter.
Da 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 da. All right, we're just being silly. This is CT Jags alongside of me, the beautiful Miss Chrissy.
Hello, everybody.
Joined by Poppy Red Hunter over here.
Well, hello, everybody.
And welcome to another edition of Teal Time Radio, where we talk about South Beach Tow. Now, the reason that we brought on the wedding bells...
Well, it's good. Newsflash for tonight on South Beach Tow.
J Money
proposed
to his new old lady.
Yep. Well, actually, it was the lady who had broken up with him, and he got her back and he proposed to her.
Yeah, I mean, there was quite a story about it. He risked it all. You know, he towed her car.
He risked his job because he could have lost his job.
Yeah, because that's definitely Grand Theft Auto.
And that's Grand Theft Auto. He could have took some time in jail. Not only that, but he did it for the sacrifice of love, and I think that's rather romantic.
Sacrifice of love?
To get his girl back.
He did it because he's whooped.
Leave poor J Money alone. J Money, I'm glad for you, dude.
Hey, everybody, there comes a time in their life where their woman just is so good, it's like,
Yep.
So I think, he did a lot. He, risked, his job and said, you know what, this is what I want, this is the girl I want.
This is how I'm going to go to get it.
Exactly.
First, what he did was he towed her car down to the lot and left and went somewhere else. Nobody knew where he was. So Robbie's calling him on the radio, calling him on the phone, calling him on the radio, can't get a hold of him. The girl's calling him on the phone. She even called him on the radio, and she's like, I'm going to kill you, this and that, and she's all mad, and then all of a sudden, in pulls the tow truck. Now, she's got her back to the tow truck, so she doesn't even know it's coming, and she's yelling about J Money, and yelling at him, and cussing at him in the phone, telling him she's going to kill him, she's going to run over his man parts. Oh, my God. And then all of a sudden, he comes behind her, taps her on the shoulder, she turns around, he's standing there in a tux with roses, and he gets down on one knee, and proposed, and it was romantic.
Yes, it was. It was a heck of a ending to a show. Well, it really wasn't the ending, but...
Yeah, but you know what? The one part that made me the happiest was to see Christy back on the show. Christy, we missed you. We're glad to have you back.
I know, but you're like fast-forwarding, like...
I know, but I was just excited about it, because I like Christy. I like all the characters on the show. I like everybody. Except for that one little snake.
All right. I'm going to cut you off right there.
Car.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so it's like this. J Money has been macking around for the longest time.
Yep.
And he found himself, a good old lady.
Because he never found the right one until now.
Exactly. He didn't find the right one till now, and, he realized... after she broke up with him, this is the one that he wants to be with.
Yep.
And he sacrificed everything for that woman.
Yep.
And that is just amazing.
You know what, though? She wouldn't have broke up with him if it wasn't for that other girl. That other girl was a scumbag. She came over trying to talk junk about him. And you know what? She should have shut her mouth because she had no business opening her mouth and trying to get J Money in trouble. So she needs to go get a life. She's a loser. This new girl, you need to keep J Money because he's a good man. You can tell he's a good man. That's why he reminds me of Poppy Red Hunter, my buddy.
Well, I mean, he maxed a little bit, but he's
not like now. Not now like he used to, I mean. As far as when I say he's like Poppy Red Hunter, I mean the sweetness.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I mean. It's a compliment to him. sweet like you. You know, you're very soft-spoken. You're very sweet to people. And that's how he talks to people, and he respects people.
And this week we're going to say a little more about what happened on the show because Poppy had other things he had to do at the time. He meant to watch the show, but he got sidetracked. It happens to us.
Yeah, it happens to everybody.
To us all. So we're going to explain a little more what happened. And
yeah, of course. And then he can, open up
he
wants.
He could add on. I mean, I know who you know who J Money is. You're very well diverse in who he is.
Yep.
You know Poppy and whatnot. And for a guy that was always on the prowl and then just wants to settle down, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a good thing for J Money to settle down. I've seen a couple of episodes last week to where he met up with his ex-girlfriend, and his girlfriend was with him at the time that he was macking on, I guess. And he's been through a lot with women. You know what I mean? And that's my view. I'm very happy for J Money now. I'm very happy.
Yeah. The one that broke up with him is the same woman. That's Wanda.
That's the one we're talking about.
I just remember her name.
Yep.
Yeah,
he was with Wanda, and they were going out to eat or something, but he had to do a tow, and his ex-woman comes along and tries to start trouble.
Oh. Well, she needs to get a life and leave J Money alone then.
That's what I was saying before. That's why I was getting mad.
Yeah, that right there. He's moving on with his life. Now move on with hers. That's a good deal.
You know what? I'm sorry, but Wanda should have went over and should have whooped the living daylights out of that broad.
All right.
If you ever come near my man again, that's it.
All right.
And that would have been the end of it. No, I'm just saying. Then she would have shut her mouth and she would have went about her business.
And I agree.
Because she would have said that, because that would have showed Wanda was sticking up for herself, and the other girl would have backed down. She was just being a bully.
There you go.
But anyways, to get to the show for this week.
Other things that happened that we liked. What was that guy doing? Bernice stops to, do a normal show, and she stuck to go with Cosgrove, the dude behind the desk.
Actually, she tricked Cosgrove.
Yeah, well, she said she was going to buy him lunch, and...
Yeah, but she was planning on really buying him lunch.
No. We're wrong. Because what really happened was, before, J Money, proposed and whatnot, they went together. Bernice and J Money went together.
To go get a... yes, to rewind a little. Sorry, everybody. Before J Money left to do his thing, Bernice and J Money left to go on a tow. They came back from the tow, and all of a sudden J Money goes, "I'll be right back. I'll explain when I get back," and he just leaves. Now he leaves Bernice high and dry. Bernice can't go on a tow by herself. Robbie told her, you cannot go on a tow by yourself. It's just company policy. So she tricked Cosgrove and told him she's going to take him out to lunch.
Yes, and that's a great story, honey. But we're going to rewind a little bit.
I know, I get so excited.
Bernice was with J Money.
Yep. And
they stopped, and when they were doing a tow and whatnot.
Yep.
They came across this pimp dude. He was selling.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, go ahead.
He was selling this hair gel. Okay, it turns out this hair gel is chicken grease. Imagine a dude trying to sell you chicken grease to put on your hair.
Yeah. It was nasty. And because of the area where he was selling was mostly black people, men and women, because they have that curly hair. Yeah. I guess they have to put special, you can probably say more than I could, Shannon. They have to put certain stuff in their hair.
It's not chicken grease, though.
No, they don't put chicken grease in. But what I'm saying is, like, they put special stuff in their hair to keep their hair moist and everything else.
Right.
So this guy lied and told them that this stuff was so special, and it would keep their hair so nice. And people were starting to buy it. And then Bernice finds out it's chicken grease and tells everybody.
And the way they found out it was chicken grease is because the guy's like, all right, wait, I just got to sell 4 bottles and I'll have your money to, get Van off the hook and whatnot. And as he's doing that, he started alienating, Bernice and whatnot. And Bernice is like, man, I gotta go.
Yeah, I got time for you.
So she goes, do the tow, and then when she does that, the van doors are open.
And the container falls out on the ground. And she says, man,
wow.
that's chicken grease. I love the way she says it, because I just get a kick out of Bernice. She's just cool as heck.
Exactly. Now, what are your thoughts on that? If somebody were to try to sell you chicken grease, or your old lady?
I think the old lady would kick their butt.
I would. What did Bernice do?
Bernice couldn't believe it. Bernice like, oh man, what are you doing trying to sell chicken grease? That's gross. And she was, oh my God, she's like, I love the way Bernice did it. I just love the way, I can't do it the way she does it though. But, it's funny.
Exactly. And the funny part of it is the way it all played out, and then everybody wanted their money back, and they took off, with the tow.
Yep, because everybody was beating up on the guy, so they just took off with the tow and said, see ya. But,
I mean, if somebody, if I bought a product and it was chicken grease, I'd be madder
than anything.
Well, I'd be hotter than a tomato.
I'd be madder than a hornet in a, I don't know, in a swimming pool.
One in a swimming pool.
I don't know.
That's a good one.
That, Bernice went out on her own after Cosgrove. I think it's Cosgrove. You remember the episode that he got trapped up under the car?
Yeah.
Okay, that same episode. What about Bernice going out on her own and picking up a tow, and Jay Money shows up, and because the girl that was the dispatch, I forgot her name.
Christy?
Yes, Christy was the dispatch at the time. She told Jay Money to go out and get the same tow that Bernice was picking up without any permission to.
Jeez.
And
they must have a history as far as trying to mess with.
And Bernice pick up the same tow, and they had the car up off the ground. The lady comes out in her towel, and I thought that was the funniest episode I ever came across, man, because I was...
Oh man, you would have missed this. Okay? After this, Bernice goes back to the yard, right? And after, as you explained before, Jay Money took off.
Yeah.
Right.
Jay Money takes off, and Bernice, finds out that Cosgrove, the white dude, has to, is about to go on lunch and whatnot. So she tricks him and says, well, why don't we go on lunch together?
I know a good place.
I know a good place. Okay?
Right.
So they go to do a tow, and it happens to be this blonde lady. Right? And this blonde lady says she's looking for a receipt, and this time it's for a repo, not a tow. I do apologize. And the blonde lady says, that she's looking for the receipt, and, Bernice, just wants to get the tow book, get out of there.
Yep, and she's like, I know there's no receipt in her pocketbook.
Exactly.
She knew. Bernice was no dummy. She knew that she was full of baloney. But Cosgrove had to do it by the book.
Yeah, exactly. So she sends Cosgrove to go into the car.
It's a little coupe, mind you.
A little coupe, and it gets stuck.
Oh, my God, was that funny.
So anyway, they take off with the car, just going a little fast. People haven't seen the episode. I'm sure everyone's seen it by now.
Oh, I'm sure.
But anyway.
He's in the car bouncing around as they're driving. She's going, oh, sorry, Cosgrove, sorry. They get back a lot, and they're trying to, her and Robbie are trying to push and pull to get Cosgrove out.
Right?
Yeah,
so they end up using the chicken grease.
No. Yeah, first Robbie was going to maybe quitting.
Yeah.
Tired
Well,
of everything.
Yeah, Robbie says he's going to quit. He's tired of everything. Bernice says you got to be a man, grow up, have some gonads. And
yeah, grow a set of gonads and do what you got to do.
Exactly.
And I'm glad she did because you know what? I believe Robbie could be the man his father wants him to be. He just needs to grow up, get his head on straight, and do what he's got to do. Because I believe in Robbie. I think Robbie and his sister should own the business. It's a family-owned business. The father, the sister, and the brother should own it together.
Well, I mean, but
the family, nobody else.
But if Perez is getting the contracts, he is.
Perez is a snake.
Yeah, well.
I can't stand Perez, and if I lived in South Beach, I'd punch him in his face.
Oh, you can't. She don't mean that. She's just trying. She's just getting over-aggressive over this show.
No, I'm just kidding, Perez. No, but I don't like Perez, though. He's a snake.
But anyway, that just had to be the funniest moment, if you've seen it, that Robbie and Bernice had to use the bottles of chicken grease.
Yeah, to dump over Cosgrove.
To get him out of the car that he was stuck in.
Yeah, exactly. No, Perez, I really was just joking, man, because I'm just in a joking mood. I'm in a good mood tonight, just so you know.
Exactly.
All right, you go on with the show.
All right, so anyway, the reason they had to is because Cosgrove, if people haven't seen the story and they need more of an explanation, he was stuck in a car that's like them European cars.
Yeah, it's real tiny. It's a little two-door.
Yeah, it's smaller than a hatchback.
Oh my God, is this thing tiny? It was so funny. And Cosgrove is this big dude. I mean, he's a good-sized dude. He must weigh at least, no offense.
At least 300 pounds.
Yeah, at least 300. No offense, Cosgrove. You're a cool dude and everything, but, I mean, you know.
He's a prick. You kidding me?
He tries to do it by the book because of where he worked for.
He seems to think that he can fit up under cars, in cars. He can't.
Oh, yeah. That boy thinks he's going to fit in everything and anything.
I mean, he's a good dude, but he's a prick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he needs to leave Robbie alone and mind his own business.
He's a little stern. He's too by the book.
You know what? I'm sorry.
He almost got Bernice fired. Remember?
What?
He almost got Bernice fired.
Yep.
Because she didn't have her tow license.
I was mad.
Yeah, and he was trying to get Jay Money. He was trying to get Jay Money fired tonight. Because he's he's like, you can't take a tow without somebody's permission.
He said, oh, you can't take that car. That's still Grand Theft Auto. I'm sitting there yelling at the car. I'm yelling at the TV going, shut up, stupid. Shut up, fat boy, Pillsbury Doughboy.
You can't say all this.
Well, that's what I was saying to the TV set. This is also if they call him down at the tow shop. I mean, really, I feel bad that they call him that. But, I mean, they just more or less just bust his chops because it's like they're like one big happy family.
He deserves it. He's too by the book. I feel like taking a book and knocking him out with a book. Here's a book.
That's just as bad as me calling him a Pillsbury Doughboy. I mean, come on, I could call him worse. I'm not cussing at the guy. I'm not calling him swear words. I'm calling him nicknames.
I know, but I just feel like taking a book and be like, okay, you want to play by the book here?
Here's a book. But anyways.
So anyway, I mean, other than that on the show, Robbie was going to go confront his dad because he's going to quit. And then all of a sudden Perez comes in. Perez is supposed to have his day off and whatnot, and he has 7 contracts, brand new contracts and everything for the father. He has brand new contracts for the father, slaps it, on the desk, and then Robbie's like, the father had somewhere to go, and Robbie's like, no, Dad, I need to speak with you. And, he says that, I want to be the...
He thought of what Bernice said, and he said to himself, you know what? Bernice is right. I cannot let Perez be the boss.
You weren't in a car that time. You were a tractor trailer.
That's right. I'm going to say it. Just kidding, baby.
All right. So anyway, at this point, Robbie picks up his sack, and like, okay, Dad, I want to be the man that you want me to be. I've been working my butt off for 15 years in this business. I deserve to be running things.
Yep.
And it's about time because he was up until this point he was just lazy. I mean,
he was being immature fighting with Perez. He's a bigger man, he's a bigger boy. Pull up your big boy pants and just be a man. Do what you got to do, Robbie, because you can do it.
Right.
And I know you can be the man your dad wants you to be.
Yeah, exactly. I think he can. I think he can do it.
I think he could.
I think he's better as a team, as you were speaking prior to the show.
I think him and Christy would be good
Christy.
together.
What do you think, Poppy? Let's give it to Poppy here.
Of course.
What do you think? You think Robbie Jr. would be best by himself, or if him and his sister ran the business?
I believe his sister would be more of a leader for the company.
Yeah, I think
I don't think Robbie could handle it right now.
No, he couldn't, because you see now, in this episode, he looked very stressed out when Christy came into the office. So, I'm glad to see that, I'd be happy to see, I should say, for him and Christy to run together, because I think they do an excellent job. For brother and sister, they get along pretty good, and they're pretty close.
I don't know.
I think they could work out something so Christy's there for the baby, as well as being able to work the tow yard or whatever. They can work out something, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I think he needed some more growth. I understand that he worked all them hours on this episode, overnight and whatnot, and he was working in the office all day.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
But he worked there for 12, 13 years, something like that.
I know.
How many years? I mean, it was like forever.
15 years.
15, there you go.
But the thing about it is, the only reason I know that because they said that. But the thing about it is this, okay? That even though, he was there all day, he was being very shysty towards people.
Yes.
Like, I'm tired, leave me alone type, drained.
You know what?
Drained.
It wasn't even that he was drained. It was that what it was is he had a tough decision to make and he didn't know what to do. So he was trying to figure out what to do before he confronts his father with the situation.
Exactly. The thing I didn't like about the episode, what happened to Eddie? Where did Eddie go?
I know. Maybe Eddie just had the day off or something.
I don't know. He kind of makes the episode a little more, but I do like the fact that Christy came back. She did, show up a little bit. She was willing to help Robbie out, and she was going to pay money in the truck.
Do y'all remember the episode where his father was in the hospital?
Yep.
I certainly do.
Okay, I believe Christy done a pretty decent job in running the company, except for a couple of mishaps. But I don't think Robbie can handle that load right now, I believe.
We agree.
No, he couldn't.
Yeah.
We agree, but I think he'd do a better job than Perez. Perez would end up firing everybody.
Perez would end up running the business to the ground.
Perez is an idiot sometimes.
Perez already ran another tow company to the ground already. I don't trust Perez as far as I can throw him. I'm sorry, but I think he's a dirty snake.
Okay, that is not the opinion of me on Tail Time.
No, that's my opinion, my own opinion.
Well, that's...
Everybody has their own opinion to each character.
Yeah, I just think he's different because he's from a different background. I think...
He's a snake.
Yeah, well...
He'd run that business to the ground, or he...
Well, I think he'd run it to the ground, too, because I don't think he's learned that much from when he was doing the Goodfellas towing.
He ran them to the ground, Goodfellas.
So,
yeah.
I agree there. Okay, now this is the part in the episode where we, talk about, what we think will happen next. To be honest with you, I seen, prior to J Money... proposing to, his new lady, Wanda, I believe her name is.
Yes.
Okay. The way Christy was hanging out with J Money, I'm guilty as charged. I thought that there was some kind of backstory with her and J Money.
No.
And I thought the twist was going to be was J Money's kid or something.
No. See, I think J Money and Christy have always been close. But they're like Robbie and Christy, like brother and sister. And that's how J Money treats her. Because you see all the respect she gets. Whenever she comes in the office, everybody hugs and kisses her. Hello, Christy, how you doing? She has a lot of respect in that office.
And the thing is, you know how stern she is. Everybody
because
knows.
She's stern, but she's fair.
Exactly. But what I'm trying to say here is, we realize how stern she is, but the fact that she broke down into tears when she seen, J Money propose, that was epic.
She was happy for him because she wanted to see him happy.
Because she's normally this big, tough girl.
She's not big and tough. She's got a sweet side, but the big and tough part is because she has to be big and tough because she's got to run the company. So you have to be big.
But why did she cry though?
What?
But why did she cry?
She was happy.
She was happy. She was filled with tears of joy. J Money was getting down on one knee for his old lady and whatnot.
Because he almost lost her for good, and like Christy was happy that he got her back.
Yeah, and that he was going to stop being the Mac Daddy probably. I doubt he stopped.
I like J Money though. Christy, I love all the characters on the show. Christy, J Money. I mean, I like each character. Huh?
Nothing.
I like all of them. No, I don't care for Perez too much, but you know what? I do think Christy's the coolest. I like Robbie and their dad, Rob Sr. I think they're cool as heck.
Yeah, but you know what? Somebody has to be the bad guy, because if there's not a bad guy, it ends up like la 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 la. Yeah.
Start watching the Smurfs again.
Exactly.
That's something we'll have to watch some of the.
Well, even the Smurfs got a bad guy.
That's very true.
Very true, Gargamel. Anyways, I felt really bad for Rob Sr. with his neck thing.
Yeah, I did too. He
got hit by a car, in case anybody didn't know.
Yeah.
Poor guy. I hope he, has a speedy recovery. He seems to be recovering, but I hope he really has a speedy recovery.
All right, back to our focus here. What do we think is going to happen? One, I think Eddie's going to go crazy when he finds out that, J Money got married and whatnot, because he's going to be like, I missed it? What the,
What the heck? I missed him getting engaged.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really, as far as, the characters on the show, I'm kind of partial towards Eddie. I like Eddie. I think
I do too. I like Eddie.
I like his background, and he's just different on the show.
Yep. What do you have to say, buddy?
Huh?
I thought you were starting to say something, Poppy.
Oh no, I'm
cutting you off and leaving you out,
Yeah, I understand. I'm just listening.
I hear you.
Caught up on the show myself.
So things that I can see happening. I can see Robbie and Perez will still not get their differences settled, and I could see them probably going to blows at some point again, because neither of them will
Robbie's going to kick the living what out of Perez one of these days. I see it happening. It's almost happened before.
I don't know. On one end that could be possible. On the other end, Robbie's not much of a fighter. If you go all the way back, there was a dude that beat him with a tennis racket.
Yeah.
A season or two ago.
Yeah, but that was because he wasn't expecting it.
Well, regardless.
He was leaning in a car. Yeah, but you think a guy as big as Robbie Jr., you think that the thing would break over his back or something. I mean, he's a big guy, no offense, but, he's a good-sized man. And I would think if somebody beat you with a tennis racket, the thing would at least snap.
So I don't know the whole thing. I'm not saying...
I don't know. No, we're not saying he can't fight. You're just saying that's what happened.
Yeah, exactly. And Perez is more of a dirty fighter anyway, so he'd probably hit him, in the back or whatever. Well, not necessarily. I can't necessarily say that about Perez.
I don't know.
But that's one of the things I could see. I don't see them settling their differences anytime soon. They're just too focused on each other and not on the business, and that's why I'm still saying, no, right now I would not give it to Robbie. I would not.
No, that's why I said I would give it to Christy, and I would have Robbie help her run it. So it would be like him and Christy would run it together. Robbie and Christy would run it together. but Christy would be like the office manager. She'd be like the big, I don't want to say the big, she'd be the big boss, and Robbie would work alongside her. So they'd be equal partners, but she would do more running of the business until Robbie proved himself to his dad that he's worthy of working along with her.
Yes, and I want to see Christy boss around Cosgrove. That's what I want to see.
That will be funny.
And tell him to shut his trap when he's talking about rules.
Yeah. I want to hear her turn around and tell Cosgrove, shut the beep up, because I'm going to laugh. I'm going to clap for Christy. I'm like, all right, Christy.
Because I still see Christy as, Poppy's already said as well, she deserves to run the business. I think even with the baby, she could still handle it.
I do too.
Yeah.
Been under so much stress, I think she can handle it. I don't think she'd have a problem whatsoever, and she can balance both.
I do too. Like I said, I worked for a lady who and her husband owned a little mom and pop's garage. And when her children were small, babies, she used to bring them to the garage. She still ran the garage, though, and she did a darn good job. Before I met her, but yeah.
Yeah, Christy can handle anything.
And if she can do it, I think Christy could do it.
She can handle anything. And,
of course she could.
A baby or not, she can handle it. She's like Amy from Lizard Lake. Another one. They know how to handle their business.
She reminds me of my bosses. She reminds me of a young version of my ex-boss when I worked for the tow company. This lady Karen. She reminds me of a young Karen. This lady Karen is very organized, just like Christy, and she can run a business and multitask and do 3-4 other things. Yeah. And I think that's what Christy reminds me of.
Exactly. I could see J Money yet again. Don't get me wrong. Love J Money. Not in that way. No homo.
No, they know what you mean.
All right, but
character.
I love things about J Money, but I can't see him not getting in trouble with some other people. I just can't see it.
It's not going to be. It's going to be one of those things where another one of his exes is going to pop up and start some trouble for him. Or that same one's going to pop up and start some more trouble for him. Or I see her showing back.
Or he'll be in a position like he was, doing a tow, and somebody's going to try to get out of it, and he's going to be staring a little bit too long, and Wanda's going to want to knock him out.
Yep. That's what's
going to
happen.
You guys know is being men. If some girl's sitting there and she got big old boobs and they're hanging out of her bathing suit a little, they're both going to look because you're normal guys.
Well, yeah.
I fit, but I'm going to go with him, hell yeah.
Of course you would. I mean, it doesn't mean you guys love, honey, you don't love me any less, and he obviously don't love his girl any less either. It just means you're normal guys.
Yep.
Exactly. Another thing I can see happening is the father coming back full time for a while. With him not giving up the company, if he's not going to give it to, Christy, and he's certainly not going to give it to Robbie or Perez because they haven't settled their
animosity right now between the two of them.
They need to really sit down and talk and work together.
Yeah, they need to. Rob Sr. needs to sit down with Rob Jr. and with Perez and tell them you guys need to cut the baloney. You know what? You need to work together or you need to find other jobs. Because you know what? I'm not taking this baloney and putting his foot down, and I guarantee they will work out.
Make sure he puts his foot down.
That's right.
Yeah, all right.
Rob Sr., he puts his foot down.
No, I agree. I totally agree.
Let me tell you something. If I worked with Rob Sr. and he put his foot down on me and told me you were going to do this way, yes, sir, I'd be doing it whatever way he told me to. I wouldn't mess with that guy. Get him mad?
I want to see Rob Sr. tell Cosgrove, you're not working for the state no more. You work for a towing company, and you need to chill out a little.
I want him to tell Cosgrove to shut the blank up so I can laugh my butt off, because I will.
I mean, and I don't hate Cosgrove. Don't get me wrong.
No, I don't either, but it would just be funny to hear him tell him to shut the
I think it's funny as heck. I'm sorry, Cosgrove, when he gets stuck under the car and
in the car.
In the car, that's funny.
We just get a kick. I mean, all these things just give us a kick, and it makes us want to watch the show even more to see what Cosgrove's going to get into trouble with next.
I mean, other than that, from what I'm seeing in the previews and whatnot, looks like somebody messed up. Looks like somebody's messing up big time somehow. They messed up a toe or whatever.
I don't know. He sounded, Rob Sr. sounded pretty mad at Rob Jr. But I don't know. Maybe he wasn't talking to Rob Jr. It just made it look like it was.
I don't know who it was, but I do know that. I mean, at this point, with everything going on, I don't know what's going to happen.
Transpire,
happen next.
Yeah.
I'm excited to find out, though. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm wondering if that other guy will show up out of the blue from that old towing company. The dude that can't stand Rob Sr. and whatnot. If for some reason he'll
I hope he does. I hope Rob Jr. beats the snot out of him. Rob Jr., if he shows up at your shop, smack the daylights out of that boy.
You cannot just smack people. You work for a business.
No, if he comes in there and he starts trying to push them around or threaten them like he did before, I hope Rob Jr. smacks the taste right out of that boy's mouth. I don't care because that guy comes in there trying to push them around, telling Rob Sr. what to do. Heck no. I agree. I'm like, you know what? Nah, that wouldn't happen. I'm like Bernice. Heck no, would that happen?
So who's your favorite character on the show, Mr. Poppy Red Hunter?
What you say there?
All right, let's try again.
Who's your favorite character on the show?
I like Bernice.
Yeah, I love that character.
Yeah, I never heard of that character.
Yeah. Bernice is a good character. I like her. I really do.
Bernice is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's straight up, streets. She don't want to hear nothing from nobody.
She'll tell you how it is.
Yes, she will. She really will. That's why I like her so much, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll just say whatever she wants to whoever she wants.
Just like I was just doing it.
Yeah.
I was imitating basically Bernice because I like Bernice. I like the way she is. She's like, oh man, that's not right. And I love the way she is. She's cool as anything. She's funny.
I'd like for them to hire her mother again.
I know. I miss her mother. She was funny.
Yeah. Hire her mother again and have her boss around Cosgrove. That would be funny.
Oh, it would be the older lady. Oh my God. Oh,
she could say, well, look, I work for the city too.
Now what? Shut up. I'll laugh my butt off. I'm like, all right.
Cosgrove right now is not liking us too much.
Who cares? Cosgrove, we're only having fun with you, buddy. No, that's okay because you know who don't like me right now? Perez. The Piranha. That's what I'm going to call him. Perez the Piranha.
Oh, come on. He's just trying to do his job. I mean,
Nah. He's up to no good.
Nah.
He's up to no good. I'm sorry. He's up to no good. Bob Sr., watch him. Watch your back. Perez is up to no good. He's out for blood and he's out for your business.
No, he's definitely.
He will bury you in the ground and ruin your business. Don't trust him as far as you could throw him police.
But I mean, if he's making money for the business, you have to look at that aspect, though.
He's trying to make the money so he could take the business. He wants to own the business.
Yes, but if I were the father, I'd string him along as possible.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
If he said, I still may think about retiring, because if he's making money for the company.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not telling him to fire him, but what I'm telling him is just keep his eyes and ears open and keep track of what he's doing. Perez is doing. Perez is up to no good with something. I don't know what, but he's up to no good about something.
I mean,
and I don't want to see him ruin it for them because, they've been in tow for, that tow company for a long time. And I don't want to see them lose their business over some idiot, some guy.
But you know what? Maybe they should make him in charge of sales. Maybe I mean, I know he's a good tow truck driver and whatnot, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as far as getting contracts and getting new deals,
Yeah, let him be the one ahead of going out and getting the contracts, and let the rest of the guys do their tows. Your job, Perez, is separate and apart. You're to leave Rob Jr. alone. You do your job. Rob Jr., you leave him alone, you do your job. Put them in separate areas, that way they're not going to fight.
You're hired.
I wouldn't, I'm sorry. I love South Beach Tow, but I wouldn't work there. That place is crazy. Because I'd probably end up knocking Perez out. No, I'm just kidding. No, I wouldn't. But anyways, no, I'd probably go crazy, though.
Vendetta much?
No, not really. I wouldn't really hurt Perez, but I probably would get mad at him. I'd probably get aggravated with him a little bit.
You would definitely get aggravated with him a lot.
I'd be like, come here, Perez. You see Perez hanging from the tow truck by his underpants. Christy'd be like, why is Perez hanging by his underpants on the tow truck? I'd be like, I don't know. Hey, who knows? I don't know how he got up there. You kidding? Christy and Perez are probably listening. They're probably laughing their butts off because Perez is probably thinking it's great. He probably thinks it's funny.
All right, so, you know, if I went to work there, I'd last 10 minutes. I'll tell you exactly why. I'd go in there, and I'd tell Cosgrove off in the first 2 minutes. The minute he said, well, you're supposed to do this by the book, I'd be like, no, you're supposed to mind your own business and learn customer service. How about that?
Oh, I'd be telling Cosgrove to shut the blank up every few minutes. Cosgrove, shut up, because you know what? You don't know nothing about my job. You only know customer service.
Well,
shut up.
But my luck is he'd be like a black belt in karate, and I'd go to hit him with something, and it'd be laid out.
Nah. I just smack Cosgrove in the mouth, I think. First few minutes, I'd probably smack Cosgrove in the mouth. I'd be hanging Perez by his underpants. Rob Sr., Rob Jr., I'd get along with them just fine. Christy, I'd get along with just fine. The rest of the crew, I'd be fine with.
I don't know. If you worked for, you know, just for hypothetical, if you worked for if you could get a job for South Beach Tow, how long do you think you'd last, Mr. Poppy Red Hunter?
Let's see here.
And who do you think you'd have the biggest problem with?
I don't think I have a problem with the crew. I would have the problem with the customers.
No, because you're such a sweet talker. I think you'd be able to sweet talk them. I don't mean it in a bad way. I just mean because you have such a nice way of talking to people.
Crazy people.
Yeah, that's true. But I think you would have a way of smoothing things over.
He'd be a dick size for 20 minutes and be like, get me out of here.
I quit. I want to drive
Hey, your truck is over on such and such avenue. I'm gone.
Yo, there you go.
I'm going to get me a beer. I'll be right back.
And never come back. What happened to that Poppy Red Hunter dude? I don't know.
I mean, because we're all sitting on the outside of, you know, the outside side.
Well, that's why we're having fun with it, you know?
Exactly. And we're all sitting on the outside sidelines, and, you know, it's easy to say, well, what we would do in this position and what we would do in that position.
But you know what, though? I think if like, Christy and Robbie and Cosgrove and everybody just listened to the show, I think they'd be laughing their butts off. I think even Perez would be laughing because Perez probably would be picturing himself hanging by his underpants, and he'd probably be laughing about it because he'd see we're only having fun with it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
We don't mean no harm. We're just having a little fun with the show.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they can pull out their wad of money and wear in the change jar.
Exactly. Well, I don't think they get wads of money because, you know, they're a struggling tow company like any other because the economy stinks and, you know, they're doing the best they can. I'd love to see them, you know, make it big and be really, you know, one of the biggest, best tow companies in the world because they are great.
And it's extremely tough to be a tow truck driver. You have to deal with all them people who got to deal with, you know, you're going to take somebody's car away and then you don't know how somebody's going to react. You don't know if somebody's going to pull a gun, a knife, a bat, or whatever because...
True. Very true. My ex-fiance... when I was engaged to a long, long, long time ago, I was in my early, 20s. Anyways, he said to me, oh, come on, honey, we're going to go on this repo. All right, I go. It's dark out. We're in a bad neighborhood. I was shaking in my boots. I was not happy about being there. So I didn't know somebody's going to probably gun, knife. You don't know what kind of weapon they're going to have. They're going to throw something at the truck. You know, you don't know. So I was scared.
As strong as a person as I am, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I went on quite a few repos with him. I've gone on tows with him for different tow companies he's worked for. It's scary.
All right, well, we're talking to an old truck driver here, and Poppy, because, as far as towing, could you do it?
Yes, I could do it.
Would you want to do it?
I could do it, but no, I wouldn't want to do it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Why not?
Because it's a lot behind, towing. It's not just the people that's the worst part of it. Because you're towing their vehicles, you're towing their transportation. That's hard.
Yep. That's like evicting somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but you gotta not only
you never know if they're gonna come out and shooting or what they're gonna come out doing. You never know that.
That's what I was saying about when I went with my ex-fiance. I was scared. I was like, I didn't know someone was going to come out with a gun, a knife. You don't know. I would be thinking, oh, my God.
It's easy to say it from our end, be like, all right, yeah, well, this is what we would have done, that we would have done that, we would have done that. I would have been running.
Yeah.
You know what? You got to get out and you got to line the truck up just right onto the vehicle. You got to get the vehicle on there just right. If you don't have it done right, you can mess up the car. Then that costs money.
And it's a lawsuit.
It's a lawsuit, and it's a lot of different things that go into it. What do you say, Poppy?
I think the same thing. It's a lot of stuff you got to do. You could. As far as getting out of the truck and going to pick up the car or whatever it is, they towing boats, they towing everything, and it's hard to do. You got to have it, the truck or the boat or anything that they're towing on there exactly right, or you messing up a lot of stuff.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
The vehicle could also, don't forget, fall off of there.
Yes.
If it's not on there right, like you've seen on Lizard Lick. It's happened a few times.
Mhm.
Are you saying that people on Lizard Lick can't tow truck?
No, but it was just a mistake that they made in lining up the vehicle the wrong way, or just they didn't have time to tie the vehicle down. It wasn't their fault, because they were in a rush because somebody was coming after them, or.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
It's scary.
There's a lot of work. You got to open the car. You have to put it in a certain.
Yep.
You got to realize most of those cars that they towing are already in neutral. You have to put that car in neutral to let it roll. So you think about it. Them people, they got to actually get out and talk to that customer.
Yeah, every time they got to talk to somebody, and you know the minute they touch a car, the alarm's going to go off. You automatically know.
Yes. And in the last few episodes that I've seen, they've been towing expensive cars.
Yeah, they have been.
Very, very expensive cars. They're not anything like you see just everybody driving around.
Just like the tow that Rob Jr. went on, and he backed up into the garage, and it was I think it was a Lamborghini that he had to tow, and he told Perez to get out and put it in neutral. This idiot, I think that's Perez that I'm talking about. It was
Perez, and he didn't do it.
Yeah, he was told to get out and put it in neutral. This idiot didn't even put the car in neutral. What he was doing in the car, we don't know.
Nothing. He didn't want to. He did not on purpose. He wanted Robbie to look like a jerk.
And we had our discussion last week about it, and I stated that it's possible he just got sidetracked with all the things going on.
No, he didn't get sidetracked. Perez did it on purpose.
I got a feeling that Perez wanted that done to Robbie.
Run it by me again, I'm sorry?
I feel like I got a feeling that Perez actually wanted Robbie to look like an ass on that pickup. You know?
That's what I just said. See? Thank you. He did that. Perez did that on purpose because he did. He wanted Robbie to look like an idiot in front of his father.
In my opinion, if I'm a business owner, which technically we are business and
yeah,
one
but we were a tow truck.
Yeah. If we were a tow truck owner, let me rephrase
company,
that.
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't have either of them. I'm sorry. As a team, you're supposed to work together. If you don't work together as a team, then you're only as strong as your weakest link.
Exactly.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
My question was, what was Perez doing in the car? If he wasn't putting the car in neutral.
Yeah, that's something I didn't think about. Then I did not think about that.
Oh, I did. I don't know. I mean,
was he planning on putting it in drive?
I guess so.
That won't work well.
No, that wouldn't work well at all.
But really, we are a huge fan. Go ahead.
And in the end, he had to actually drop that car and leave it.
Yeah, what if he left it in drive? It'd be rolling down the street.
It'd have been rolling in our pool because it was parked in the garage. And the pool was right in behind the car, so it'd have been rolling in our pool. Yeah.
And then of course you have a smart mouth insurance person be like, yeah, but you should have got flood insurance.
That's true. That would be funny. Why did you have flood insurance? What do you mean flood insurance on my car? Yeah, you need to have flood insurance on all your property. You know?
The lady that it wasn't even the husband that came out and was harassing Robbie, but Robbie got out of the truck and started trying to talk to the lady, and it wasn't no use. She kept saying drop her car. She went and got some steel bar and started beating Robbie with it.
Poor Robbie.
You don't remember that episode? They busted out the window and everything.
Yeah, I remember it. That's why I was laughing.
Robbie should have grabbed the metal bar and flung it across the yard, so it didn't hit anybody. Just flung it away from her so she couldn't get it. That way he would have had a chance to get away.
He busted out the window and everything of the truck.
Yeah.
I remember that episode though. That was a good episode.
Tonight's episode should have been called "This Episode" and taking a stroll down memory lane.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
So.
Well, that was about stuff. Oh, people don't mind.
Yeah, of course they don't mind. They don't care. They're just
they're enjoying it.
They're like,
funny.
This is different.
Yep. Because we're funny. We're picking on this one, picking on that one, having fun with it, you know?
Yeah, we don't need explainers. So we do our own show. We do it the way we want to do it. The people don't like it. They can kiss our arse because we don't care.
Yeah.
Or maybe we do and we're just trying to hide the tough guy motto. Yeah, motto.
Yeah.
Speak okay tonight. Usually that's me. I'm sorry, what, Poppy?
I didn't say nothing.
Have you driven a moto lately?
No.
You're a goof.
Hey, it's all about having fun. It's all about,
That's right.
caring.
That's why I said, even if Perez heard the show and heard me talking junk about him, he'd probably be laughing anyway, because you know what he'd probably be saying? Those guys sound like they're having a lot of fun on the show. And they obviously don't mean harm, they're just having some fun. I still think he'd be laughing.
Or he'd be like, you're lucky I don't know where your address is. I'd pay you a visit.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, moving on a little bit, we talked about the show and whatnot. We just want to say a few things that are going on with our business and whatnot. We now have a music blogger.
Yes, we do.
She will be on Friday night, actually doing a show, I think, with her partner and whatnot, her co-host.
Her co-host that works with her.
Exactly. She'll be doing her own show. We're glad to have her aboard. Her name's Mandy. She's also doing our music blogs and everything, and maybe come on when we do the music interviews and whatnot.
Welcome, Mandy.
Exactly. Also, we have, Kevin, who will be doing real TV, towing shows.
Yeah, we'll welcome him too. We're glad to have you on the show as well, Kevin.
Yeah, exactly. And he lives in the general facility of the Lizard Lick. So that does help. Shows the authenticity.
Authenticity.
Of the authenticity.
He's got his own language and everything.
Of the show and whatnot.
Exactly.
And we also have this guy Mike and maybe another one doing our gaming blogs because we're all gamers.
Welcome to them also.
We're huge gamers and whatnot, and it's good to have a variety, a place where you can go and see about this, see about that, see about everywhere
exactly.
all at once.
See about more than one thing at a time.
Yeah, exactly. Because in this day and age, everybody's so wrapped up in the computer, their cell phone, their tablet, their this, their that.
Yep.
It's not like back in the day where everybody was just consumed to black and white TV.
Exactly. And people don't want to have to go over here for music, over there for something to do with TV, over here to do about something else. They get to go in one place and have a choice of many different things.
Yeah, exactly.
To look at
and with the mixture of us doing things live as well as, on the site and everything, it actually, adds to the experience, and we're just trying to make, a compelling experience for everybody to enjoy and whatnot. We also have Craig coming back, our Jaguars, blog writer from Down Under, from the land of Down Under.
We're glad to have him back.
Maybe he'll bring some kangaroos to the blog.
To the show.
I'm just kidding, Craig.
We're just joking, Craig. We're just glad to have you back, buddy.
And whatnot. And we just got a lot of things going on. And Saturday we have this Connecticut rapper. His name's Men You Will. He's very talented. He kind of, when I looked at his pictures, I was thinking he looked like a young Vin Diesel.
Yeah, he really does.
And considering we just seen Fast and the Furious 6 and whatnot, we really know what Vin Diesel looks like.
But you know what? I don't listen to much rap, but him and a few other artists that we have coming up, rap artists, I was very impressed with their music.
Exactly, and Poppy over here has got this whole hip-hop thing he wants to share on an upcoming episode at some point.
Of course.
And we have the admin of GangsterBigHouse.com going to join us in about a week or two as well. Poppy, if you're around, I know you've been a long-time player there. You might want to join us for that as well.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
We have a lot of good things coming, to our fan base, and we actually have this guy that's helping us out in advertising as well. His name's Rob. He's designing some, flyers and everything else, along with, Lisa. I think she's just been busy. I think she got a new job or something and whatnot. So we got a lot of great things coming, coming along and coming up in the next few weeks. Tomorrow we have our happy hour show, which everybody loves because it's the show that...
I look forward to it.
Everything's off limits, and you never know what we're going to do.
Nothing's off limits. You said everything's off limits.
Nothing, everything. Same difference.
No, it's not. Everything means everything's off limits. You can't talk about anything. Nothing's off limits means you can talk about anything you want in the whole world.
Well, excuse me if I'm a lefty and I think outside the box.
There you go. That's the way to
So, yeah, but she's right, where nothing's off limits, and it is more of a mature theme we do normally drink and just, party and whatnot. Well, kind of drink and
I
party.
don't drink. I drink soda, but anyway.
Yeah, well. All right, Miss Goody Two-Shoes and whatnot over there.
No, I'm not a goody two-shoes. It's just that, I don't know, since I've gotten older and I'm just not really into the drinking scene anymore. I'm getting too old.
Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada.
I don't say that I don't drink. On a rare occasion, I will drink sometimes.
We all have our vices. I'll put it that way.
Exactly.
But we come up with all these crazy things to come up with. Sometimes we have a bit adult humor trivia. Sometimes we just think of things out of the blue. Next week sometime maybe we'll do our X-Censored show where it's more of a, real life, get into the nitty-gritty and whatnot. And we also have the Do the Dang Thing where it's more of heartfelt. The X-Censored and the, Do the is close, but not really, because the X-Censored is where we just go, we're ready to do a boxing match type thing.
Yeah, that's more of adult content, and Do the Dang Thing is more about, like, news and upcoming events that are going on.
Yeah, just various topics. So it is different in a way. So we're just proud to do everything that we do, and we have a lot coming on, and we're just very happy. And we're very ecstatic for where we can take this. So before we head out of here, Poppy, you have anything you'd like to add?
No, I just think that everybody should listen to the hip hop show and we just have a ball, man.
Exactly, and I mean.
Yeah.
The interviews alone is reason enough to listen to us. I mean, really. Anyone who missed it, that BCB interview with the Bold City Brigade member Cap was amazing.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Cap is a nice man.
It's amazing what they're doing out in Jacksonville for the fan base and to build tradition. Nobody said they have to. They're doing it on their own, and that's what I like, the excitement, the passion, to build tradition.
They do it. They don't do it to get paid either. They don't get paid to do it. They do it basically for the love of the football.
Oh, ain't that sweet?
Well, it's true. They don't get paid for it. They do it because they love the Jags and they want to do everything they can to get the fans more excited about the Jags and get them more into the games and stuff like that,
Yeah, exactly. It's a passion for football.
Yep.
I think every guy out there, well, most guys out there anyway, has a passion for football, whether it's on the NFL level, such as myself, the college level, such as Poppy.
Yep. I mean, it even made me want to go work for the City Brigade because it sounded like they're a lot of fun to work with.
Yeah, exactly. But, you have anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Poppy, Red Hunter?
I don't have anything right now, and I'm just listening and enjoying what's going on right now, man.
I hear you. I mean, you hear the latest and greatest things. I mean, we still have a lot of room for improvement. We do mess up from time to time, but hey, we enjoy it. We realize we ain't perfect, and we're gonna do this, through hard work and dedication.
That's right, we are.
That's right.
All right. Next time, this is CT Jags.
And Miss Chrissy.
And Poppy Red Hunter.
There you go. And our Bunny Jackson.
Wishing you all a safe night, and thank you for listening. Thank you for listening.
Showtime Radio.
The station.
God bless.
The station that matters because you matter.
Because you matter.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you all have a good night. Take care, Bob.
Good night, everybody. All right.
Good night, buddy.